Preparing for your California DMV permit test? Congratulations. You've come to the right channel. On this channel, you'll find everything you need to pass on your first try. Guaranteed. This mock test includes 46 questions, just like the real exam. You'll need 38 correct answers to pass. Quick tip: don't miss the last 8 road sign questions. They're important and can earn you easy points in your exam. All questions are based on the official study guide. Keep track of your score and let us know in the comments how many you got right. Let's get started. Question 1. How far should you sit from the airbag cover in a vehicle with airbags? A. At least 5 inches. B. At least 3 inches. C. At least 10 to 12 inches. D. At least 18 inches. The correct answer is C. At least 10 to 12 inches. Explanation: you must ride at least 10 inches from the airbag cover, as long as you can maintain full control of your vehicle. Question 2. Where is the safest place for a child under age 13 in a vehicle? A. Front seat. B. Back seat. C. Driver's lap. D. Front passenger's lap. The correct answer is B. Back seat. Explanation: the safest place for a child under age 13 is in the back seat. Question 3. Use your low beam headlights within dash when following a vehicle. A. 300 feet. B. 600 feet. C. 1,200 feet. D. 2,400 feet. The correct answer is A. 300 feet. Explanation: you must switch your high beam headlights to low beams when you reach within 300 feet of the vehicle you're following. Question 4. What should you do if you suddenly lose control of the steering wheel while driving? A. Turn off the engine and coast to a stop. B. Slam on the brakes to come to an immediate stop. C. Grip the steering wheel tightly and attempt to steer again. D. Shift into neutral and gently apply the brakes to slow down. The correct answer is D. Shift into neutral and gently apply the brakes to slow down. Explanation: if you suddenly lose control of the steering wheel while driving, shift into neutral and gently apply the brakes to slow down and come to a complete stop. Question 5. Why is it important to use your turn signals even when you do not see other vehicles around you? A. To conserve energy in the vehicle's battery. B. To practice your signaling technique. C. To avoid collisions, especially in situations when you think you are safe. D. None of the above. The correct answer is C. To avoid collisions, especially in situations when you think you are safe. Explanation: signaling should be a consistent habit, even when no other vehicles are in sight, to prevent collisions by clearly communicating your intentions. Question 6. How should you warn drivers behind you if you see a collision or hazard ahead on the road? A. By turning on your emergency flashers. B. By lightly tapping your brake pedal 3 or 4 times. C. By using a hand signal for slowing and stopping. D. All of the above. The correct answer is D. All of the above. Explanation: If you can see a collision or hazard ahead, warn drivers behind you using one or all of these methods. 1. Turn on your emergency flashers. 2. Lightly tap your brake pedal 3 or 4 times. 3. Use a hand signal when slowing and stopping. Question 7. In extremely foggy conditions, if you are driving at 45 miles per hour in a 55 miles per hour zone, you could be cited for A. Driving too fast. B. Driving within the safe speed range. C. Obeying the speed limit appropriately. D. Driving too slow. The correct answer is A. Driving too fast. Explanation. In extremely foggy conditions, if you are driving at 45 miles per hour in a 55 miles per hour zone, you could be cited for driving too fast, as such conditions warrant reduced speeds. Question 8. What should you do when approaching a stopped vehicle letting pedestrians cross? A. Pass carefully. B. Honk to alert the driver. C. Turn around. D. Stop completely behind it. The correct answer is D. Stop completely behind it. Explanation. When approaching a stopped vehicle allowing pedestrians to cross at an intersection, you should stop completely behind it. Question 9. What should you do if a pedestrian is crossing your lane without a crosswalk? A. Honk and keep going. B. Stop and let them finish crossing. C. Swerve around them. D. Flash headlights and drive forward. The correct answer is B. Stop and let them finish crossing. Explanation. When you encounter a pedestrian crossing your lane without a crosswalk, stopping and allowing the pedestrian to finish crossing is the most responsible and safe course of action. Question 10. What must you do before crossing a sidewalk when exiting an alley or driveway? A. Slow down and honk continuously. B. Speed up to avoid pedestrians. C. Always stop before the sidewalk or crosswalk area. D. Honk and proceed. The correct answer is C. Always stop before the sidewalk or crosswalk area. Explanation. You must always stop before crossing the sidewalk or crosswalk area when coming from an alley, private driveway, or building within a business or residence district. Question 11. How can you tell if you're in a truck's blind spot? A. If the truck driver is continuously honking. B. If you can't see the truck driver in the truck side mirror. C. If the truck is using turn signals. D. None of the above. The correct answer is B. If you can't see the truck driver in the truck's side mirror. Explanation. You can tell if you're in a large truck's blind spot if you cannot see the truck driver in the truck's side mirror. Question 12. What should you do when a truck is approaching from the opposite direction? A. Drive faster to pass quickly. B. Move closer to the center line. C. Keep as far to the right as possible. D. Honk to alert the driver. The correct answer is C. Keep as far to the right as possible. Explanation. When you encounter a truck coming from the opposite direction, Keep as far as possible to the right side of the road to avoid being sideswiped. Question 13. When the light turns green, what should you do before moving into the intersection? A. Move into the intersection without stopping. B. Pause briefly without relying on other vehicles to obey traffic rules. C. Stop until the light turns red. D. Speed up immediately to clear the intersection quickly. The correct answer is B. Pause briefly without relying on other vehicles to obey traffic rules. Explanation. At a traffic signal, when the light turns green when you're about to enter an intersection, you must pause and check the traffic. Question 14. If two vehicles meet on a steep, narrow road and neither can pass, which vehicle has the right of way? A. The vehicle facing uphill. B. The larger vehicle. C. The faster vehicle. D. The vehicle facing downhill. The correct answer is A. The vehicle facing uphill. Explanation. The vehicle facing downhill must yield because it has better control when backing up compared to the vehicle facing uphill. Question 15. What must you do in a school zone when children are present? A. Reduce speed to 20 miles per hour and yield to anyone in the crosswalk. B. Honk to warn pedestrians. C. Maintain normal speed. D. Speed up to pass quickly. The correct answer is A. Reduce speed to 20 miles per hour and yield to anyone in the crosswalk. Explanation. When approaching a marked school zone between 6:30 a.m. and 4 p.m. on days when school is in operation and children are present, you must reduce speed to 20 miles per hour and stop and yield the right of way to any children or adults in the crosswalk area. Question 16. If warning lights start flashing while you're already crossing the tracks, what should you do? A. Stop immediately. B. Back up. C. Keep moving until you're clear of the crossing. D. Call the police. The correct answer is C. Keep moving until you're clear of the crossing. Explanation. If you are crossing the tracks and the warning lights begin flashing or the gates start coming down, don't stop. Keep moving until you finish driving through the crossing before the train arrives. Question 17. When is it legal to turn right on a red light? A. After slowing down. B. After a complete stop, unless a sign prohibits it. C. Anytime you want. D. Only in emergencies. The correct answer is B. After a complete stop, unless a sign prohibits it. Explanation. Unless prohibited by a sign, you may turn right on a red light after you come to a complete stop at the proper stopping point, stop line, or crosswalk. Question 18. How should you use a two-way left turn lane? A. Enter it early and drive in it for a long distance. B. Use it to pass slower traffic. C. Signal. Move into it shortly before your turn and turn when safe. D. Only use it when there is no oncoming traffic. The correct answer is C. Signal. Move into it shortly before your turn and turn when safe. Explanation. To use a two-way left turn lane, signal and move into the center lane shortly before your turn. Carefully move forward to a spot opposite the road or driveway where you want to turn, and make your turn when the way is clear. Question 19. What should you do if you're turning left and see an oncoming vehicle with its right turn signal on? A. Assume they will turn and proceed. B. Wait until the vehicle actually begins to turn. C. Honk to let them know you're turning. D. Quickly turn before they reach the intersection. The correct answer is B. Wait until the vehicle actually begins to turn. Explanation. When you're turning left and see an oncoming vehicle with its right turn signal on, it's crucial to wait and see if the other driver actually starts to turn before proceeding. Question 20. Which of the following is true when entering and driving in a roundabout? A. You must yield to traffic already in the roundabout. B. You must travel counterclockwise, keeping right of the center island. C. You should not stop in the roundabout unless necessary to avoid a crash. D. All of the above. The correct answer is D. All of the above. Explanation. When entering a roundabout, remember the following. 1. Traffic within the roundabout has the right of way. 2. Always keep to the right of the central island and travel counterclockwise when in the roundabout. 3. Do not stop while in the roundabout except to avoid a collision. You have the right of way over entering traffic.
Finding this video helpful? Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below. Your support helps us create more practice videos to get you test ready. Now, let's get back to it.
Question 21. What should you do if cars keep passing you on the right on the highway? A. Speed up to stay ahead. B. Move to the right lane and let others pass on the left. C. Stay in your lane no matter what. D. Move in the middle of the road. The correct answer is B. Move to the right lane and let others pass on the left. Explanation. If you find yourself continually being passed on the right on the highway, you should move to the right lane and allow other vehicles to pass you on the left. Question 22. What must you do before passing a vehicle? A. Rely on the other driver to stay in their lane. B. Look ahead for road and traffic conditions that could cause other vehicles to move into your lane. C. Honk to alert the driver. D. Turn on hazard lights. The correct answer is B. Look ahead for road and traffic conditions that could cause other vehicles to move into your lane. Explanation. Before you pass another vehicle, you must look ahead for road conditions and traffic that could cause other vehicles to move into your lane. Question 23. When can you pass a vehicle from the right-hand lane? A. On a two-way road. B. Near a sharp curve. C. When there are two or more lanes in the same direction. D. Near a railroad crossing. The correct answer is C. When there are two or more lanes in the same direction. Explanation. You may pass a vehicle from the right-hand lane only when driving on a road that has two or more lanes, traveling in the same direction. Don't have time to study every test question? No worries. We've got you covered. You can get ready in less than 1 hour. and pass the California DMV permit test guaranteed. Get our premium cheat sheet with 150 must-know questions. Tap the link above to download now. You can also grab it from the description below. Question 24. Why must you be careful around parked vehicles? A. They are hard to see. B. Someone may step out, open a door, or pull out suddenly. C. Their alarms might go off. D. None of the above. The correct answer is B. Someone may step out, open a door, or pull out suddenly. Explanation: when driving near parked vehicles, you must be cautious of someone stepping out from between them, opening a door, or pulling out suddenly. Question 25. Where should you turn your wheels when parking uphill without a curb? A. To the left. B. Keep them straight ahead. C. To the right, off the road. D. To any direction. The correct answer is C. To the right, off the road. Explanation: when facing uphill on a road without a curb, you must turn your vehicle's wheels sharply to the right. If the vehicle rolls, it will go off the road rather than into traffic. Question 26. What should be your vehicle's speed when entering a highway? A. Significantly slower than the traffic to merge safely. B. The same as the traffic on the entrance ramp. C. Speed up to match the fastest vehicle on the highway. D. Enter at or near the speed of traffic on the highway. The correct answer is D. Enter at or near the speed of traffic on the highway. Explanation: when entering a highway, your speed must be the same or close to the speed of traffic. Question 27. What should you do when you see a deep puddle ahead? A. Slow down and steer your vehicle around the water. B. Speed through it to avoid stopping. C. Drive through it quickly to avoid splashing. D. None of the above. The correct answer is A. Slow down and steer your vehicle around the water. Explanation: when you encounter a deep puddle on the road ahead, the best course of action is to slow down and, if possible, steer your vehicle around the water. Question 28. What does ABS stand for? A. Advanced Brake Safety. B. Auto Balance System. C. Anti-lock brake system. D. Auto braking shift. The correct answer is C. Anti-lock brake system. Explanation: ABS stands for anti-lock brake system. Question 29. What should you do after parking your vehicle? A. Leave the engine running. B. Turn off ignition and lights, remove key and the lock door. C. Just roll up windows. D. Keep headlights on. The correct answer is B. Turn off ignition and lights, remove key and the lock door. Explanation: after parking your vehicle, always turn off the ignition and the lights, remove the key, and lock the door to deter theft. Question 30. What must you do in low visibility due to dust or smoke? A. Speed up to escape quickly. B. Turn off your headlights to avoid glare. C. Slow down and turn on your headlights. D. Speed up and turn on your high beams headlights. The correct answer is C. Slow down and turn on your headlights. Explanation. In conditions of reduced visibility due to dust or smoke, you must drive slower to enhance your ability to react to unexpected situations, and turn on your headlights to make your vehicle more visible to others. Question 31. What should you do if your headlights go out while driving? A. Keep driving slowly. B. Speed up quickly to reach your destination. C. Turn on hazard lights and stop safely off the road. D. Honk your horn. The correct answer is C. Turn on hazard lights and stop safely off the road. Explanation. If your headlights go out, turn on your hazard lights and bring your vehicle to a safe stop. Driving without headlights is dangerous and illegal. Question 32. What should you do if another driver is pulling out in front of you? A. Speed up to get past quickly. B. Slow down or stop and use your horn to alert them. C. Honk and keep your speed. D. Swerve around their vehicle. The correct answer is B. Slow down or stop and use your horn to alert them. Explanation. When a driver is pulling out in front of you, it's safest to slow down or stop your vehicle and use your horn as a warning to alert the other driver to your presence and avoid a collision. Question 33. What should you do when passing a stopped vehicle with flashing hazard lights on the shoulder? A. Honk as you pass. B. Stop beside the vehicle. C. Slow down and pass carefully. D. Speed up to avoid delay. The correct answer is C. Slow down and pass carefully. Explanation. When you see a vehicle stopped on the right shoulder with hazard lights on, it's important to slow down and pass carefully. Question 34. If you're in a collision with no injuries but your car blocks traffic, what must you do? A. Call 911 and wait in the car. B. Leave the vehicle where it is. C. Move the vehicle off the road if safe. D. Put cones around your car. The correct answer is C. Move the vehicle off the road if safe. Explanation. If you are involved in an accident with no apparent injuries and your vehicle is blocking traffic, you must move your vehicle off the traveled portion of the roadway to prevent further accidents. Question 35. What should you do when an emergency vehicle is approaching you with lights and sirens on? A. Speed up to stay ahead. B. Pull over and stop. C. Slow down and turn on hazard lights. D. Start flashing your headlights. The correct answer is B. Pull over and stop. Explanation. When an emergency vehicle is approaching your vehicle from any direction with its flashing red and blue lights or siren or bell sounding, you should pull over your vehicle near the shoulder of the road and stop until that emergency has passed. Question 36. How many points in 36 months can lead to license suspension? A. 4 points. B. 6 points. C. 8 points. D. 10 points. The correct answer is C. 8 points. Explanation. In California, accumulating 8 points in 36 months can lead to the suspension of your driver's license. Question 37. It is illegal to drive after A. Drinking excessive amounts of alcohol in any form. B. Taking any amount of controlled drug or substance that affects your ability to drive. C. Using any combination of alcohol or drugs that decreases your ability to drive safely. D. All of the above. The correct answer is D. All of the above. Explanation. Regardless of your age, it is illegal to drive after 1. Drinking excessive amounts of alcohol in any form. This includes medications like cough syrup. 2. Taking any drug that affects your ability to drive. This includes prescriptions or over-the-counter medications. 3. Using any combination of alcohol or drugs that decreases your ability to drive safely. Question 38. If you are convicted of DUI in California, how long does the conviction remain on your driver's record? A. 2 years. B. 5 years. C. 10 years. D. Lifetime. The correct answer is C. 10 years. Explanation. All DUI convictions remain on your driver's record for 10 years. If you get any other DUIs during that time, the court and/or DMV may give you a harsher penalty. Question 39. What does this signal above the lane indicate? A. Drivers should stop immediately. B. Pedestrians are allowed to cross the street. C. Drivers must clear the lane as it is about to turn red. D. Drivers must turn left. The correct answer is C. Drivers must clear the lane as it is about to turn red. Explanation. A steady yellow cross signal indicates that drivers in that lane must clear it as the signal is about to turn red. Question 40. What does this sign mean? A. Pedestrians are allowed to cross the intersection in any direction at the same time. B. Drivers must proceed with caution and watch out for children within the intersection. C. Pedestrians are prohibited to cross near the intersection. D. Pedestrians are not allowed to cross the intersection. The correct answer is A. Pedestrians are allowed to cross the intersection in any direction at the same time. Explanation. This sign indicates that pedestrians can cross the intersection in any direction, including diagonally, simultaneously. However, they must cross only when the walk signal is displayed. Question 41. What does this sign indicate? A. Drivers should maintain their position on the right-hand side of the road. B. Drivers are allowed to drive on any side of the road. C. Drivers must drive on the left-hand side of the road. D. Overtaking is allowed only on the left-hand side. The correct answer is A. Drivers should maintain their position on the right-hand side of the road. Explanation. This sign is used to direct drivers to stay on the right-hand side of the road, typically when approaching a median, barrier, or other roadway division. Question 42. What does this road sign indicate to drivers? A. The road ahead has a sharp left turn. B. The road ahead is split into two directions. C. The road ahead has a sharp right turn. D. There is a side road from the left joining the right curve ahead. The correct answer is D. There is a side road from the left joining the right curve ahead. Explanation. This sign warns drivers that a side road will merge into the main road from the left as the road curves to the right. Drivers should reduce speed, remain alert, and be prepared to yield or adjust to the new traffic flow. Question 43. What does this sign indicate? A. The road ahead merges into a single lane for both directions of traffic. B. The road ahead is divided into two separate roadways by a median or barrier. C. The road ahead is closed to all traffic. D. The road ahead becomes a one-way street. The correct answer is B. The road ahead is divided into two separate roadways by a median or barrier. Explanation. This sign warns drivers that the highway ahead is divided into two separate roadways by a physical divider, such as a median or barrier. Each side of the roadway carries traffic in one direction. Question 44. What does this guide sign show? A. The distance to the mentioned destinations. B. The directions to the mentioned destinations. C. The distance and directions to the mentioned destinations. D. None of the above. The correct answer is C. The distance and directions to the mentioned destinations. Explanation. This sign shows both the distance and direction to the listed destinations. Such signs assist drivers in staying on the correct route, planning their travel time, and reducing the risk of taking wrong turns. Question 45. What does this sign indicate? A. There is construction equipment 1,500 feet ahead. B. Road construction is ongoing 1,500 feet ahead. C. The road will become impassable in 1,500 feet due to construction. D. Drivers must increase their speed before reaching the construction area. The correct answer is B. Road construction is ongoing 1,500 feet ahead. Explanation. This sign warns drivers that road construction is taking place 1,500 feet ahead. Drivers should be prepared for possible delays, lane changes, or other disruptions in the area. Question 46. What does the painted red curb indicate? A. It marks a designated area where vehicles can park at any time. B. It designates a space where parking is allowed only for short durations. C. It indicates a reserved parking area for loading, unloading. D. It signals a fire lane where parking is strictly prohibited to ensure emergency vehicle access. The correct answer is D. It signals a fire lane where parking is strictly prohibited to ensure emergency vehicle access. Explanation. A painted red curb signals a fire lane where parking is not allowed. This ensures that emergency vehicles, such as fire trucks, have clear access to the area in case of an emergency. Did you pass this mock test? Feel free to share your score in the comments below. If you are struggling, Don't worry, we'd love to help you pass your test.